Hello everyone, welcome to our ICSE Class 10 exam series. Today I am covering previous year questions from the topic cylinder, cone and sphere, which is surface area and volume, right? So you are familiar with this basic formulas of quadrilateral and circles. You already learned in your lower grades. But sometimes there are some questions where you need this formula, so you can pause the video and you can note them down. Alright, now these are some basic formula for triangles, Heron formula and the other area formula. Alright, now these are the surface area and curved surface area and total surface area of and volume for different shapes like cylinder, cone, sphere and hemisphere. Okay, all right. So again, I'm just requesting you pause the video, write all the formulas because you need the formulas to solve the questions. All right. Now here some important points when melting and recasting questions are there, what to do. Density questions are there, which formula you have to use. Okay, which formula do you have to use when speed is involved, or water displacement when the solid is submerged. All right, so these are some important points to remember. Please note them down. Now some common mistakes where you have to avoid. You have to first of all remember all the correct formulas, and you have to understand the problem. You have to use the correct formula for that. All right, then you have to learn the concepts of square and cube of the squaring and cube, okay, of a number, square root of a number, cube root of a number, and how to apply them easily in the problem, because here we need them. All right, you have to understand some simple calculation techniques which I am going to cover here, okay, to simplify the answer so that you can quickly solve your question. You should not spend more time. Okay, you have, if you see, you have to write the unit correctly, you have to avoid all calculation errors, and if you spend much time, okay, like more than 10 minutes, then please leave it. Okay, leave it for a while, complete the remaining paper and then come back to this question. Otherwise there are more chances you could not complete the paper. So don't spend much time, okay, if you stuck somewhere. All right, okay, so here is the question from 2023 paper. All right, the height is given and volume is given in terms of pi, and you have to find the radius. So volume of the cylinder is what? Pi r square h, and this volume is given as 48 pi. Now pi, don't substitute the value now because you can easily find the answer. You have to find the radius, r square times 3, and now when I simplify this, I'll get 16, right, equals to r square, and r equals to 4. Right, so 4 centimeter is the radius. Very easy. All right, now this is a 4 marker question which is very important and interesting. Okay, and you have to understand the strategy how you will solve it, because if you solve everything, okay, see what is the question. This shape, okay, hemisphere plus conical, okay, this solid shape is submerged in this cylinder which is filled with water. All right, and you can see some displacement in water because of this. All right, so you have to find the rise in the water level. All right, so how much height, I mean this height h, you have to find. All right, now here the concept is the volume which is displaced. Okay, so that is equals to the volume of the shape solid which is submerged in the container. All right, now the container is cylindrical, so the volume of water you have to find which is raised. Okay, that is nothing but the volume of cylinder with height h. All right, now see, we'll do this step by step. Okay, so first of all I'll write this. So volume of the water raised, equals to the volume of the solid which is submerged. All right, so this is the thing. Now the volume which is of the solid which is submerged, this we have to find first. Now see, final answer is we have to find the height only. They haven't asked us to find the volume of the solid which is submerged or how much water is displaced. We really don't want these answers exactly. I mean, proper in numerical value. They haven't asked us those numerical values. Alright. So what I'll do, I'll just keep my these answers, okay, which I'm finding in terms of phi, to make my calculations very easy. Alright. So let's understand and I'll tell you what I'm trying to say. So the volume of the solid submerged. Volume of the solid submerged equals to volume of hemisphere hemisphere plus volume of cone. Correct? Now here what do I get? Volume of hemisphere is 2 upon 3 pi r cube. Now see, the hemisphere radius is 7 and also the cone radius is 7. So both are same. Okay. Now this is what? 1 upon 3 pi r square h. Right? Now this is nothing but the height of the cone. Height of the cone which is given to us, 4 centimeter. Alright. Now I'll just take 1 upon 3 pi common. So pi 3 common, and what do I get? And also I'll take r square common times, now r, this is 2r plus h is left here, right? And now I'll substitute only the value of r and h to simplify this. So what I'll get? This is pi over 3, r is 7. So 7 square times 2 times 7 plus 4. Right? And now when I simplify this, 294 pi, and the unit is centimeter cube. Okay. So this is the volume of the solid which is submerged, and that is nothing but the volume of the waterized. Okay. So let the height, let the rise in water is h centimeter. Okay. Let the rise in water h centimeter. Alright. So the volume of waterized equals 294 centimeter cube, and this is nothing but again the volume of cylinder which is pi r square h, and that is equals to I forgot to write pi, so it is 294 pi. Alright, see, this is the reason why I have taken the answer in terms of pi, because I can simply cancel it out and I can make my calculation very simpler. Here, as they haven't asked us the volume of this, okay, numerical value, so I am not going to find it and waste my time. Alright, so now simply I have to substitute the value of this radius, and I can cancel out pi, and I can say that h is equals to 294 divided by 14 into 14, right? And now when I simplify this, so what do we get? We'll get just 1.5 centimeter. So this is the answer, final answer. Okay, the rise in the water level. So you have to write your final answer afterwards. Alright. So make the calculation simpler, as I said. Okay, so that you can avoid the calculation mistakes. Also, you can save a lot of time here. Perfect. Alright. Now here is the MCQ from 2022 paper. Okay. So volume of the conical tent is given, and the base area is given. You have to find the height of the cone. Alright. So you can simply use this formula. See, volume of cone, okay, equals to 1/3 base area into h. See what it is, 1 upon 3 pi r square h. Correct? That is the formula what we have learned. Now pi r square is nothing but the base area. So I can use this directly. Alright. And now this is given to me. So I'll just substitute the values and I can find my answer very easily. So when I simplify this, what do we get? H equals to 9, right? Okay. So C is my correct answer. Alright. Now radius of the roller is given. Now remember, roller is nothing but a cylindrical shape. Okay. So R is given. Curved surface area, you have to find the pi is given. So R is equals to 100 centimeter, right? This is length is nothing but the height here for the cylinder, which is 14 centimeter. And now CSA. CSA of cylinder is what? CSA of cylinder is 2 pi RH, right? And now I can substitute this value. So 2 into 22 over 7 into 100 into 14. And now this is very easy to simplify. Now next question, again 3 marker question from 2022 paper. So a solid cone of radius 5 centimeter height is given, melted and made into small cylinders. Alright, with the radius and height they have given, and now the number of cylinders we have to find. So remember, melting and casting, I have already covered that formula. So now what you have to write? The number of small cylinders found. Small cylinders found equals the volume of cone over the volume of cylinder. Alright, now see, volume of cone is what? 1 upon 3 pi. I'll take R1, okay, R1 square H, alright, H1, because the height and radius both are different, and here pi R2 square H2, where see, R1 equals to 5 centimeter, H1 you have to write all those stuff in the starting itself, okay. These are for cone. For cylinder, R2 equals to 0.5 centimeter and H2 is 1.5 centimeter. Now when you have this value, you can easily cancel out the value pi, okay. That's why I am not putting it over here. And now when I solve this, so what do I get? See, let me just write this. 5 into 5 into 9. I am taking 3 below. Pi is already cancelled out. Now R2 is 0.5. So I'll write 0.5 times 0.5 and times 1.5. Right. Now many students have the struggle to convert this fractions to decimals. So decimals to fractions. So I would suggest just learn that, okay. 0.5 is 5 upon 10 or 1 half. So you can take that value over up, okay. So if I consider this 1 half, this also 1 half, and this is 3 by 2. So basically what do I get? And I can cancel out this 3. See, I am showing you simple calculation tricks, okay, so that you can save a lot of time. So now I'll get 1 half. So this is 3 for this. Now 2 into 2 into 2 over 3, because 3 upon 2 was there, and now this is cancelled out. So basically I'll get these are 100 and 200, right? So 200 cylinders, small cylinders are found. This is my final answer. So see, if you apply very simple techniques, okay, this fractions, decimals and all, if you say multiply this, then dividing with a number is a tedious work, okay, it's a time consuming. So use this simple techniques so that you can easily find your answers. So this is the main thing which you have to learn this in surface area volume questions, because writing formula, putting the values, that is easy. But the thing is how you can simplify and save a lot of time. That is much more important thing. Alright? Okay. Now, 4-marker question. Okay. So, a solid wooden cylinder of radius and height is given. So, for cylinder, let me just write. So, radius is 6 centimeter and height is 16 centimeter. Then 2 cones of each radius 2 centimeter and 6 centimeter drilled out. So, for cone, the radius is 2 centimeter and height is 6 centimeter. Right. So, drilled out and you have to find the remaining volume. So, what I can say, so volume of remaining solid. Solid is equals to volume of cylinder minus 2 times the volume of cone, right? Because there are 2 cones. 2 times volume of cone. Now, volume of cylinder, we already know the formula. It is pi r square h. So, I'll just write this as r1 h1 and r2 h2. Okay, to not make the confusion. Minus 2 times 1 upon 3 pi r2 square h2. Right. So, I have written this formula and now I have to substitute the value. So, before that I'll just take the value of pi common. Okay. So, that what I'll get here is pi, I'll just write here. Now, r1 square h1. So, r1 is 6 into 6 into 16 minus 2 upon 3. R2 is 2 into 2 into 6. Alright. So, this is pi. Now, this is 576 minus, we'll get 16. When you simplify this again, let me write it here. So, pi, this is 560. If I substitute the value of pi as 22 over 7 now, so I can easily find this answer. So, if I divide by 7, I'll get 80. And then my final answer becomes 1760. And this is nothing but centimeter cube. Right? So, the volume of the remaining solid is 1760 centimeter cube. Alright. Again, make the calculation very easy so that you can find the answer quickly. Alright. Perfect. Now, this is again a similar question which was asked like repeated. Okay. Similar thing. So, again a cylinder is there. Again 2 cones are cut out and you have to find the volume of the remaining solid. Exactly same, the values are different. Okay, 28 and 6 centimeter are given, height and diameter. So, for cylinder, what you have to write? You have to say R1 equals to 6 divided by 2, which is 3 centimeter, and H1 is equals to 28 centimeter. For cone, what do we have? They have given the height, right? H2 is equals to 10.5 centimeter and the diameter. So radius, again I'll get 6 over 2, which is 3 centimeter, right? And now you have to find the volume of the remaining solid. So use the same technique which we have solved in the previous question, right? And you can solve this, you can find the answer. Okay, now I am leaving this on you because the method is same what we have done in the previous question. So solve it and write the answer in the comment box. Alright. Okay. Now a 3-marker question. Okay. So solid spherical ball of radius 6 centimeter. Ball means, remember, which shape? Sphere. And that is recasted into identical spherical marbles. Again it is a sphere only. So you have to find the radius of each marble. Alright. So what we have learned so far? So volume of spherical ball. equals to 64 times volume of marble, because 64 marbles formed, right, recasted. So volume of marbles. Now for sphere, what we'll do, we'll take R1 equals to 6 centimeter, and we have to find for marble R2. Okay, this we have to find. Now I'll write the formula for each, right? So 4 upon 3 pi R1 cube equals again 64 times 4 upon 3 pi R2 cube. Now we have to find the value of R2. Alright. Now I'll just cancel out 4 upon 3 pi from both the sides. And now what I can say, R1. So 6 cube equals to 64 times R cube. R2 cube. Right? I'll just multiply. First of all, find 6 cube, 4 cube, divide it. So it's a time consuming thing. Okay? We don't do this. So now simply I'll take the cube root. I'll get 6 upon 4, which is nothing but 3 upon 2. Right. So I'll get the value of R2 as 3 upon 2, which is 1.5 centimeter. Right. So the radius of each marble is 1.5 centimeter. Right. Now this is a 4-marker question where a metallic sphere is melted into a cylinder of height, and we have to find the radius and CSA. Simple question, very straightforward, right? So the volume of sphere equals to volume of cylinder, right? Now for sphere, we'll take this as R1 and we have to find R2. Okay, so now let's substitute the formulas and values. So 4 upon 3 pi R1 cube equals pi R2 square h. Alright, and now we can simply cancel the value of pi. We can simplify by putting the value. So let me just quickly do this. So 4 upon 3, now R1 is 6. So I'll write 6 cube, right, equals to R2 square into 32. And now when I simplify this gives me R equals to 3 centimeter. And now we have to find CSA of cylinder. So CSA of cylinder equals 2 pi RH, right? Substitute all the values. Correct? So very simple question, 4-marker. Alright. So make sure you are not making any calculating mistake over here, right? Now next 3-marker question for 2018 paper. So circumference of the base is given 132 centimeter and the height is given. We have to find the radius and the volume of the cylinder. Alright. So now based on the circumference, okay, so what I can say, circumference, I can find the value of R. So C is equals to 2 pi R, right, and it is 132, which is equals to 2 times 22 over 7 times R, and I can find the value of R, which is nothing but we'll get 21, right? So I got my final answer, the radius of the cylinder. You have to write this. Alright. And now volume of the cylinder. Very straightforward question. So volume of cylinder, you'll get your final answer, right? H is 25. And when you simplify, you'll get the correct answer. So centimeter cube. Don't forget to write the unit as well. Alright. Perfect. Now here it is a composite figure, solid, okay, so which is made up of, see, 3 shapes. Can you figure it out? One is hemisphere, this is hemisphere, this is cylinder, and here it is cone. Alright, now radius is same for all of them, and we have to find the volume of the solid. Okay, so we'll write radius is same. How much it is? So the common radius is 7. So R is 7 centimeter. Read the question carefully. Okay, they have given everything. Now height of cone and cylinder is also same. Right, see, they haven't made it so complicated. It is very easy. They have given the same value for height, radius and all. So it is very simple question. Alright, now the volume of solid is volume of, write the proper statement first. Okay, volume of cone plus volume of cylinder plus volume of hemisphere. Okay, and now substitute all the correct formula and their values. Pi r square upon 3 common. So I'll get h plus here I'll get 3h and here I'll get 2r, right? And now I'll substitute all the values. I can write my final answer, very easy calculation also. So write the proper unit. Alright, perfect. Now see, this is also a similar question which we already done so far. So we have to find the volume of the remaining solid. Alright, so here the change is, here it is a cone and here it is a hemisphere which is carved out, right? And now you have to find the remaining thing. So what I'll do is, first of all, write the, for hemisphere radius r1 I'll take as this is 3 diameter, so I'll take 3 upon 2, correct, centimeter. Now for cylinder, cone, first of all I'll just write for cone. So cone radius I'll take r2, which is nothing but again 3 upon 2 centimeter. The height, right? So what they have given, the height of the solid cylinder is 7 centimeter and the radius of hemisphere cone is 3 centimeter, height of cone is 3 centimeter. So h2 is equals to 3 centimeter, and for cylinder radius again 3 upon 2 centimeter and the height is 7 centimeter. Okay, these things are given to us, and now we have to find the volume of the remaining solid. Equals to volume of cylinder minus volume of, let me write here, volume of cone, and I am writing this in bracket, so I am adding volume of hemisphere to that. So basically you have to subtract both of them, right? So r square 3 I'll take common, and now what is left with me is 3h minus, here it is this is h2, right, and minus it is 2r1 or simply 2r. Alright, and now we can substitute the value, so I can easily do the calculation now and I can find my final answer, which is nothing but 113 centimeter cube, right? So this is the remaining volume of the solid. Alright, so write your final answer properly. Now very interesting question, okay, which is from 2017 paper. A conical tent accommodates 77 persons and each person must have 16 meter cube of air to breathe. So right, to find the volume of the tent we have to multiply the person and the air to breathe, right? And then the radius is given and we have to find the height and then CSA. Alright, so volume of tent equals to 77 times 16, right, meter cube. uh, the tent is conical shape, right? So 1 upon 3 pi r square h equals 77 into 16. I don't multiply as of now to make the calculation easier. Now I'll simply substitute the value. So 1 upon 3 into 22 over 7 into radius. Radius is 7. So 7 square into h equals to 77 into 16. So 24 meter. Okay, write the proper unit. And once you get the height, you can find the CSA. So CSA equals to, this is nothing but curved surface area of cone. So which is nothing but pi RL. Okay, pi RL. Put the correct formula. Okay, now you have to find the L first. So what I can say, L is equals to square root of h square plus r square. Find L. So you have 24, you have 7. So Pythagoras triplets will get 25 meter. Okay, substitute the value and you can show it. And now I can put it over here. So 22 over 7 into 7 into 25. The unit is meter square. So 550 meter square. Right. So here we have covered all the questions from 2023 to 2017 paper. All right. I just shown I just told you where you can make a mistake, which are the areas where you can avoid the mistakes, right? How to do fast calculation and how to save time, right? Because these questions are really time consuming if you are not applying the strategy properly. All right. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment box. And if you like this, please share with your friends. All the best for your board exams. Thank you for watching.